Competition between teams from Houston area high schools. Now, here's the man with the questions, Chip Beal.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. It all started last September with 88 high school teams from throughout the greater Houston area. Now we're down to the top 4. The teams that remain, St. John's, Klein Forest, Clearbrook, and Bel Air. And in this, the first of our semifinal matches, Klein Forest and St. John's. This sound, as you know, means you're right. This sound means you're wrong. And this tone, the end of each quarter. The warm-up round is first. Good luck to both schools. The winning team is assured of no less than $12,500 in Texaco Foundation scholarships, and your first question is worth 5 points. The inventor listed these as potential uses of what invention? Dictation without a stenographer, preservation of languages.
St. John's, Jeremy.
Telephone.
No.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Phonograph.
Phonograph is right. Books that would speak to the blind and reproduction of music. For 10 points, he took an entire corps of Lee's Army of Northern Virginia around the Union's right flank at the Battle of Chancellorsville in 1860.
Klein Forest, Heather.
Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson is right, 1863. This maneuver served as one model for the U.S. encirclement of Iraqi forces in 1991. For 5 points, this is a multiple choice question. The division of an area into several smaller political units is termed gerrymandering, sedition, balkanization, rapprochement, or unilateralism. The division of an area into several...
St. John's, Drew.
Balkanism?
No, not balkanism.
Klein Forest, Heather.
Gerrymander.
No, it is balkanization. No score. I have a 10-pointer, another multiple choice question. Which of these blood pressure readings would give your doctor the most concern? 150 over 105, 145 over 82, 160 over 85, or 135 over...
Klein Forest, Justin.
160 over 135.
No, it was not one of the choices.
St. John's, Jeremy.
160 over 85.
No, it would be 150 over 105. No score. I have a 5-point visual question for you, so check out your monitor here in the Channel 2 studio. If a human baby grew as fast as the larva of this insect, it would weigh...
St. John's, Jeremy.
Monarch butterfly.
That's the monarch butterfly. It would weigh 8 tons in 2 weeks. St. John's is now on the board. I have a 10-pointer. Barbara Franklin was appointed in January to serve in what capacity in the Bush cabinet?
Klein Forest, Benji.
The Secretary of Labor.
That is incorrect. Can you take it, St. John's?
St. John's, Ben.
Secretary of Transportation.
No, it is, in fact, the Secretary of Commerce. For 5 points, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Brooklyn Bridge all represent...
Klein Forest, Eddie.
They're all suspension bridges?
They are all suspension bridges. That's right. Quick answer from Eddie, and I have a 10-pointer. If you watch your cholesterol, you should do well on this question. Which of these 3 foods is highest in cholesterol per ounce? Would it be shrimp, steak, or pork?
St. John's, Drew.
Pork.
Not pork.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Steak.
No, it is shrimp. Believe it or not. For 5 points, a balloon carrying weather instruments is released at the Earth's surface and rises through the troposphere. As the balloon rises, what will the instruments generally indicate about the change, if any, in air temperature and air pressure?
St. John's, Drew.
Lower temperature, lower pressure.
That is the answer for 5 points, Drew. I have a 5-point music question. Let's see if you can identify the continent represented in this music.
St. John's, Drew.
Africa.
You got it, Africa. A 10-pointer. Naphtha is an additive to gasoline. It's also a word frequently misspelled. How do you spell...
Klein Forest, Benji.
Naptha.
That is incorrect. How do you...
St. John's, Ben.
Napha.
No, it's Naphtha. No score, a 5-pointer. I will give you a list of trig functions, all but one equals 0. Which one? Sine of 0 degrees, tangent of 0 degrees, cosine of 90 degrees.
St. John's, Jeremy.
Cosine of 180 degrees.
No. Last choice, cotangent of 45 degrees.
Klein Forest, Benji.
Cotangent of 45 degrees.
That's it, for 5 points. I have another 5-pointer for you. Listen carefully. Aesop, Julius Caesar, Draco, Sappho, or Attila the Hun. All of these historical figures lived before Christ, except...
St. John's, Ben.
Attila.
Klein Forest, Heather.
Julius Caesar?
No, the answer is Attila the Hun. Pretend he was
Too
said
late.
it, but he said it too late. What adjective means gracefully tall and slender, perhaps like a weeping tree?
St. John's, Drew.
Willowy.
Willowy. That's right, 10 points. A 5-point visual question for you. Look at your monitor. This masterpiece of Gothic architecture stands on a small island.
St. John's, Anna.
Notre Dame.
The Cathedral of Notre Dame is right, and that puts St. John's in the lead. For 5 points, what is the adverb clause in this statement by Woody Allen? I'm not afraid to die, I just don't want to be there when it happens.
St. John's, Drew.
When it happens.
When it happens is the adverb clause, right. There's the tone. We're at the end of the warm-up round. We'll be back to play the bonus round in just a moment. There's a lot at stake in this semifinal match, and at the start of the second period, it's Klein Forest 25, St. John's 35. We'll now meet the contestants before we go on. First of all, Klein Forest, this all-senior team, making it to the top 4 this year, is captained by Justin Kuravakel, 1991 Citizen of Texas, Boys State participant, and Latin Club officer. Next, we welcome Heather Pemberton, 1991 Citizen of Texas, Girls State, and Secretary of the National Honor Society, who is Trinity University bound. Benji Cruz, then, is National Merit Commended student, president of the orchestra, treasurer of the NHS, and member of the Student Council. And Eddie Wong, a National Merit semifinalist, officer of his church youth group, and has been accepted to Rice University. Alternates Jerry Davidson and Michelle Skinner, coach Naomi Finette. That's the team from Klein Forest High School. Their opponents, St. John's School from Houston. The captain is Jeremy Radcliffe, a senior, a National Merit semifinalist who aspires to a career in sportscasting. Drew Diluski, a senior, an all-state lacrosse defenseman, has been accepted by Princeton University. Anna is next. Anna Preby, a junior, plays golf and plans to major in pre-med. And Ben Moser, a sophomore, president of YARF, a pro-choice group. He runs cross country as well. Alternates are Warren Woodfin and Michael Ziegler, manager Laura Naiman, and coach Alice Nelson. That's the team from St. John's. Our judges for the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are Professor Thomas Hudson, Department of Physics, University of Houston. Looks more professorial with those glasses on, actually. And Mike Westandria is the lead judge of the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. Their decisions will be final. Our contestants, we're ready for the bonus round. If you get a toss-up right, you get a chance for a 4-party that could add 50 points to your score. You know how it works. Character is the subject of your first bonus. Here's a 10-point toss-up from the pages of history. He was appointed Pacific Fleet Commander during World War II.
St. John's, Drew.
Nimitz.
Admiral Nimitz is right for 10 points, and it'll be Jeremy, Drew, Anna, and Ben on character for 5 points. Which character is not in the classic Dickens story, A Christmas Carol? Bob Cratchit, Sam Weller, Jacob Marley, Ebenezer Scrooge, or Tiny Tim?
Sam Weller. Sam Weller.
Sam Weller is right. For 10 points, name the Indian maiden whom Peter Pan rescues from the clutches of Captain Hook.
Your answer?
Pocahontas.
No, but better to say that than nothing.
Right.
Tiger Lily was her name. You picked up 5 from character. We move on to setting as your next bonus. First, this 10-point toss-up. It's derived from the Greek word for adornment. It describes something that enhances beauty. What is this 8-letter word?
Klein Forest, Justin.
Cosmetic.
Cosmetic is right for 10 points. Justin, Heather, Benji, and Eddie huddle together on setting. For 5 points, in Mark Twain's novel, The Prince and the Pauper are born in the same city on the same day. Name the city. The Prince and the Pauper.
London.
London is correct. For 10 points, which African river did Rudyard Kipling describe in The Elephant's Child as great, gray-green, greasy? You'll tie the score if you get it right.
Zambezi.
Not the Zambezi, the great, gray-green, greasy Limpopo River. Okay, character setting, and your next bonus is... Oh, the audience thinks that was too hard for 10 points. Perhaps so. Plot is your next bonus. I have a 10-point toss-up. The Latin-derived word ignoramus has come to mean a dunce or dullard or utterly ignorant person. What does ignoramus mean in Latin? Ignoramus.
St. John's, Ben.
Not knowing.
No, that's not the answer.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Intelligence.
No, ignoramus, we do not know. That's the only time you can press your buzzer, say we do not know, and we'll award you points. But it didn't work out this time. 10-point music question. Listen to one of my old Motown records and name the group.
St. John's, Drew.
The Temptations.
Temptations is right for 10 points. All right, St. John's, plot is your subject for 5 points. In Twain's Huckleberry Finn, Huck escapes his drunken father by marrying into money, having Pop jailed, faking his own death, or embarking on a flatboat.
Faking his own death.
That is the answer for 5 points. For 10 points, which book's plot is not based on uncanny physical resemblance? The Prince and the Pauper, The Prisoner of Zenda, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, The Man in the Iron Mask, or A Tale of Two Cities?
Answer?
Your answer? It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Okay, Ben thought that would have been the answer, but a little bit too much deliberation time. We're moving now to the ring cycle as your next bonus. First, this 10-point toss-up in the field of math. A student's scores on 3 tests are 74%, 55%, and 68%. What must he score on the 4th test so that his average will be 70% and he will pass the class?
St. John's, Jeremy.
83.
83 is right. Didn't need any figuring time, Jeremy. And ring cycle is your bonus for 5 points, though based in part on Norse legends. These 4 operas were written in which language? So your bonus, St. John's.
Questions complete.
Italian.
Not Italian, no. The ring cycle by Wagner, written in German. Okay. Muslim is the title of your next bonus. First, this 10-point toss-up for both schools. Poets sometimes depart from normal order of pronunciation so that their verse may meet the requirements.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Poetic license.
Poetic license is right. Metrical patterns, what is this privilege called? Okay, the subject is Muslim, Klein Forest. Turkey has the 5th largest Muslim community in the world. Name the 4 countries with more Muslims, and Saudi Arabia is not one of them. You'll earn 5 points for the first one you can name, 10 points for the second, and so forth until you're incorrect. Fire when ready.
Pakistan, Egypt.
The largest Muslim communities in the world. Klein Forest trails by 20.
Your answer?
Egypt.
Not Egypt, no. No points. Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India. And that's it for the first half. When we come back, these will be your 4 subjects for the 60 seconds round: showbiz, science, social studies, and the secret category. I'd be less than honest if I didn't tell you that although this is a semifinals, this is the lowest scoring game we've had at halftime. So each team showing tenacious defense, shall we say. 50 for Klein Forest, 75 for St. John's. Questions used on this program are provided by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. You know how the 60-second round works. You pick a subject, you get 60 seconds to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. When time is up, the second team may pick up on any of the leftovers, and if you run the category, we'll give you a 20-point bonus. You're trailing Klein Forest, so Justin, what's your pleasure?
We're going to take the mystery category.
The mystery category is blue. Start the clock. Here we go. What phrase, a translation of sangre azul, originally described the Spanish royal family?
Blue blood.
Right. According to the 1939 song by Yip Harburg, where do bluebirds fly?
Blue moon.
No? What award or badge of honor has come to mean anything first-rate?
Blue ribbon.
Right. 1781 Connecticut statute stating that married persons must live together was one of the first examples of what rules?
Blue law.
Right. What dark shade of blue is named after a military uniform?
Navy blue.
Right. What 1945 film biography of George Gershwin shared its title with
Rhapsody in Blue.
Right. The Appalachian Trail runs through what rugged terrain?
Blue Ridge Mountains.
Right. Burl Ives popularized what folk song?
Blue moon.
No. What novel by Joseph Wambaugh became a TV miniseries?
The Blue and the Gray.
No. Bill Monroe is known as the father of what kind of music?
Blues.
The time has run out, and they got 60 points on the mystery
correct.
category, blue. Possible 40 for St. John's.
What's a miniseries?
According to the 1939 song by Yip Harburg, where do bluebirds fly?
Blue sky.
No, they fly over the rainbow in that song from Wizard of Oz. Burl Ives popularized what folk song? Your answer?
Blue.
Blue-tailed Fly. What novel by Joseph Wambaugh became a TV miniseries?
The Blue Leader.
That's The Blue Knight. And finally, Bill Monroe is known as the father of what kind of music?
Blues.
No, it's bluegrass. So a net 60 for Klein Forest. Didn't lose any ground, team. St. John's, it's your turn. What category do you want?
We'll take science.
They will take science. Science it is. Start the clock. Here we go. In astronomy, any one of the 88 parts into which the sky is divided is called what?
Quadrant.
No. If you have a lactase deficiency, you have a difficulty digesting what?
Lactose.
No. Of particle theory, quantum theory, and wave theory, which explains the polarizing properties of light?
Wave theory.
Right. What special event occurred at the Sea of Tranquility?
First moon landing. First moon landing.
Right. Identify the term that refers to the COOH group present in organic acids.
Carboxyl.
Yes. What fin does one see on a swimming shark?
Dorsal.
Yes. Along what would you find oxbow lakes?
Rivers.
Right. S waves travel only through which of the three basic states of matter?
Water.
No. In the process of vulcanization, which element is
Rubber.
heated with rubber? What causes Jupiter to... Okay, time runs out. And was it 60 points, Mike?
50 points.
50 points for St. John's on science. A chance to capitalize Klein Forest. In astronomy, any one of the 88 parts into which the sky is divided is called what?
Constellation.
A constellation. If you have a lactase deficiency, you have a difficulty digesting what?
Dairy products.
Dairy products. S waves travel only through which of the three basic states of matter?
Solids.
Solids. In the process of vulcanization, which element is heated with rubber to harden it?
Latex.
No, that's not an element. Sulfur is the answer. And what causes Jupiter to... And that's all we could read when we ran out of time. Can you extrapolate and take an intelligent guess?
Answer?
Winds. Great wind.
No, to bulge at the equator and flatten at its poles its rapid rotation. Interesting 60 seconds round. The score is tighter. We'll tell you what it is in just a moment. Lactose has been ruled as a correct response for the dairy product question. As a result, the adjusted score shows St. John's in the lead, 135 to 130. We'll now have a series of rapid-fire Stump the Experts questions until time runs out, and we'll start with a 15-point art question. This type of painting deals with unidealized subjects drawn from everyday life.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Genre painting.
Genre is right for 15 points. Klein Forest back in the lead. I have a 15-pointer. Needlepoint and bobbin are the two main types of what open, net-like...
St. John's, Drew.
Crochet?
No. Net-like needlework.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Knitting.
No, it is lace. For 20 points, name the authors of these cat books. The Cat in the Hat, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Cat's Cradle, and Old Possum's Book of Practical...
Klein Forest, Justin.
Dr. Seuss, Williams, Vonnegut, and T.S. Eliot.
That's correct for 20 points. Very impressive. I have a 15-pointer. In the King James Version of the Bible, what is the first and longest of Paul's epistles?
Klein Forest, Justin.
Romans.
Romans. Very good. 20-point history question. Who undertook the Great Trek between 1835 and 1840?
St. John's, Anna.
The Mormons.
Not the Mormons. And 1843 Klein Forest.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Afrikaners.
Yes, the South African born or Afrikaners acceptable. A 20-point music question. This opera is seldom performed because of its grand and lavish production demands. Listen to this recording of a live Metropolitan Opera performance and name the Grand Opera by Hector Berlioz.
Klein Forest, Benji.
Symphonie Fantastique.
No, that's not an opera.
St. John's, Drew.
Symphonie Fantastique du Monde.
No, the answer is Les Troyens, the Trojans. For 15 points, following the drafting of the Constitution in 1789, a Mrs. Powell asked one of the convention delegates, "What have we got, a republic or a monarchy?" He replied, "A republic if you can keep it." Who was that famed?
St. John's, Drew.
Jefferson.
It was not Jefferson. Who was that famed delegate? Klein Forest.
Klein Forest, Heather.
Samuel Adams.
No, it was Benjamin Franklin. I have a 20-point question for you. If your clothes are still dirty after a full cycle in your automatic washer, there are two probable causes. One is that you haven't added enough detergent. Assuming that you haven't added too many clothes, what's the other?
St. John's, Drew.
You have soft water.
No, that's not it.
Klein Forest, Heather.
Not enough water.
No, your water is not hot enough. For 20 points, what is the molecular weight of one molecule of carbon dioxide? 20 points.
St. John's, Ben.
48.
Not 48.
Klein Forest, Eddie.
44 is right. Klein Forest is roaring to life in the fourth quarter. For 15 points, what's the name of the yeast mixture used to make sourdough bread? That's called your starter. 15-point art question. Look at your screen. He was a man with a grudge against the world.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Gauguin.
Paul Gauguin's self-portrait is right for 15 points. And now for 20 points, UCLA scientists have reached the surprising conclusion that women will be able to beat men in track and field events by 1998. In other Olympic sports, however, women have actually outperformed men head-to-head.
St. John's, Drew.
Shooting.
Shooting is right. What sport is the first in which female Olympic winner outdid the male winner under equal conditions? It was shooting. For 20 points, appearance, pulse, grimace, activity, and respiration are 5 categories used to evaluate the health of newborn infants.
Klein Forest, Justin.
Vital signs.
No, that's not the answer. Collect.
St. John's, Jeremy.
APGAR scale.
The APGAR test is right for 20 points. That brings our score up to 175 to 235 in favor of Klein Forest. Here's a 15-pointer. Translate the following Spanish sentence into English. Dijo que llegaría temprano.
St. John's, Drew.
He said that he would arrive early.
He said that he would arrive early is right for 15 points. I have a 20-point question. Name any 2 of the 3 primary forms of city governments practiced in the United States.
St. John's, Drew.
City manager and city commissioner.
That's acceptable for 20 points. All right, here's a 15-pointer. Listen to this lively piece and identify the composer.
2 minutes left. Klein Forest, Benji.
Sousa.
Sousa is right. John Philip Sousa. That was from his march called The Thunderer. For 15 points, what error was accidentally painted into the famous work, Washington Crossing...
St. John's, Ben.
The flag was going the wrong way.
Flag's what we need.
The flag depicted in the painting was not designed and adopted by the Continental Congress until 6 months later, is right. For 20 points, it means that instead of a horse being owned by a single person, several parties have responsibility for the upkeep and ownership of the horse. What is this horse racing term?
St. John's, Drew.
Parody?
Not parody. Do you know Klein Forest? It's called syndication. I have a 15-pointer. Idiophones, aerophones, chordophones, and membranophones are fundamental types of what?
St. John's, Drew.
Drums?
Not drums. Klein Forest. Idiophones, aerophones, chordophones, and membranophones.
Klein Forest, Heather.
Bells.
No, they are all musical instruments, but they're not all drums. That's just membranophones. For 15 points, 3 of the 5 U.S. battleships wrecked at Pearl Harbor in 1941 were eventually restored to service. Name any one of them.
St. John's, Ben.
Oklahoma.
Not the Oklahoma. Klein Forest.
Klein Forest, Benji.
The West Virginia.
The West Virginia. The others for the California and the Nevada. And for 15 points, name either of the 2 American presidents who carried 49 states in winning the presidential...
Klein Forest, Heather.
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Richard Nixon was the other. You have 15 points. I have a 20-pointer. Before the construction of a network of dams, most of the runoff from the entire... There's the time. The contest is over. And the final score is 225 St. John's, 280 Klein Forest. The winners, Klein Forest High School. In a marvelous fourth-quarter performance, Klein Forest wins and advances to the final round. We'll be playing either Clearbrook or Bel Air. Those are our teams next week. I'm Chip Neal. We'll see you then.